Hey guys, Matt Jones in Friends Cafe in Seoul. Gwanghwamun's about 200 metres that way, so that's where the Australian Embassy is, the protests, a lot of the like the old palaces over there too. And just here, with their face away from the camera, are some good friends of mine. And it's the 13th of February, which makes it the 44th day. This 100 days to harvest. And I just want to explain why this cafe here fits into this story of friendship between Australia and Korea. So let me just give you a view from the street, just to put it into perspective. Cafe Largo. It's just like any other cafe almost. This is the street here. The traffic. Lunchtime's sort of finished, so most of the workers have gone back to their office. But the reason this ties into the story about friendship between Australia and Korea is I came to know these people during a particular trip in Korea. In fact, back in 2014, I stumbled across the cafe. They're nice people. It was a friendly place. It was had good Wi-Fi. And it was often quite easy to sit in and do some work, emails, read the paper, or whatever. It was quite easy outside of their rush hours to find a seat. And actually, it was right where I'm standing now that I came out from the cafe to mention that there was a change in my circumstances in the early part of December 2014, when my brother, who had leukemia for the past 2 years, suddenly fell quite ill and subsequently died. And it was during an initiative I was doing called the 10 City Bridge Run, where I was running 10 sub-marathons of 24 kilometres in 10 cities across 10 countries. And I was actually at a time when I sort of pretty much exhausted myself in most respects, but particularly financially. And I didn't have the capacity at that stage to actually continue the journey. So I was wondering how to proceed. My brother's final words to me really gave me the push to stay the course and finish the journey. But that was sort of context to the cafe here and this story of friendship. And so I actually came here and was sitting down on this chair here when my brother died. My family was around his bed, and I was sitting here connected by social media. And then again during the funeral in Melbourne, when again I was absent, I again was sitting here. And what made it special is the people in here really showed that they cared a lot. They really, when they found out that he was sick and wasn't sure if I was going to return, to Australia or not, they really made it clear to me that they were very concerned, and they actually asked if they could pray for my brother, and just things like that, which really made a huge difference to me. So I've been thankful for them ever since, and I guess it just made the bond between me, the cafe, and these people so much stronger. So in terms of friendship between Australia and Korea, this relationship I've got here has got nothing to do with the fact that they're Korean and I'm Australian. It's just a bond, a special bond that's been formed because of something that was very significant in my life. A date that has been indelibly etched into my being, and they're part of that by wanting to share in that journey, by wanting to make sure that I was okay. That's very special when you can come across people like that. And I mean, we don't have any sort of association outside of the cafe. So it's sort of quite unique. And I guess the point I want to make there is, aside from my gratitude for these people, is that they really, what it shows to me in terms of this friendship is that friendships are between people, essentially. I mean, at the heart of it, that they exist because people connect on some level with other people. And while institutions and governments and countries can express friendship in ways that benefit the interest of those organisations, those friendships, as expressed by institutions, are meaningless unless there is that real connection between people. And you can have a million junkets and a million handshakes and cocktail parties and dinners like that, but unless there's substance between the connection, it's all just talk and flash words on a website. So when it comes to talking about friendship between Australia and Korea, let's make sure we've got some meaningful underpinning of what makes that. This is just a great friendship that I regard highly. Happens to be in Korea, but for me, in some ways, it does reflect the warmth of the friendship that I share with Australia and Korea. Love to hear your stories, but this is part of mine. Thanks for listening.